Okay, guys, I'd like to welcome to Let's Get Freaky. We have got Keith with us. How are you, sir?
Good. I'm doing really well out here.
Awesome, man. I'm excited to have you on. You're in Canada.
I am. I'm in British Columbia on Vancouver Island
Nice, man.
in a little village up on Gold River.
Nice. Beautiful part of the world, man.
Oh, it is. Mountains, rivers, streams.
Awesome. I'd love to get there sometime. It looks absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, it is. It's a wild area. It's a beautiful island. Very big. It's about 900 miles long and about 75 miles wide.
Have you lived there all your life? Or
No, I've been here since grade two. I've
okay,
been on Vancouver Island. Yeah.
cool, man. I want to get into the Sasquatch subject with you because I know you're a researcher and you're out in the field a lot. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what got you into the subject?
Oh, I guess it would have been when I was probably about 9 years old. I was at a carnival and there was a trailer in the back corner. And I was watching people come in and out of that trailer. And so I kind of snuck through the back door when the family came in and out. There wasn't a lineup or anything, just the odd person would go in, come out. So I watched the family go in. So I snuck through the back door. And I'm going through the little corridors backwards in a small little trailer. And there was a coffin of about a 9 foot Sasquatch on display. And it was laying there. I tell you, it looked like Chewbacca from Star Wars. It was like, it was fake. But I didn't know that when I was that young. And the guy was charging money to get in there. And he saw me and he kicked me out right away. So I got a small little glimpse of that, but that got me going.
Yeah,
That was about
I thought
it.
you was going to tell me it was a real one for a second there.
No, it wasn't real. But as I got older, it was just too well done. It looked like Chewbacca laying in the coffin. It
Wow.
did. The hair was not matted. It was groomed. It was, oh yeah, it was just a toy,
Was
giant
that
toy, 9 foot toy, really is what it was.
yeah? Was that like the Minnesota Iceman? Was it that sort of
Um,
thing?
that kind of thing. It was on display, pay $5 and come
Yeah.
look.
Was it
Yeah.
the Minnesota Iceman? Was it the guy that
No, it
was?
wasn't. No, this guy told me he shot up island, and that's what got me really going because I
Yeah.
ended up moving up island when I was in grade seven.
Okay. So you saw this model, and that was it.
Yeah, it
You
was a
were
model.
hooked.
That's all it was. Just a display. Some guy was trying to make money off it. Just a carnival act. Really.
Yeah.
As I got older, that's what it was.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's a shame it wasn't a real one, man.
I've seen a few of them. They are in the island. I've seen a few, but you hear them more. Especially at night.
Really?
Oh yeah, you go out to any old logging road, you stop at the end of it, sit there for 4 or 5 hours, you'll hear them. You will. They'll whoop. Yeah, it's nice being on the island with them because they are vocal and
Yeah.
they've watched Vancouver Island grow into what it is today. Two cities, 80 little towns and villages spread out. They've been here since, the beginning of time. So,
Yeah, man.
and they
So
swim.
yeah, yeah, you get a lot of reports that they swim. Yeah,
They
a lot of
swim,
people
yeah.
see them swim, and
They
obviously
do
that,
swim from island to island, yeah.
and they're obviously they're extremely powerful creatures that their swimming capabilities are probably going to be a lot better than ours.
Well,
So
we could do it too. If you put on a dry suit, to go from the one island to the mainland, I can see the mainland from certain areas. If you had a dry suit on, you could bob your way over.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it's about a mile across, narrowest point, maybe less.
yeah. Have
It's
you ever
possible.
Have you ever seen one of them swimming? Have you ever
No,
seen them by the
no.
sea?
We got a small village up island that's on an island, and they get reports every year of Sasquatches swimming from two more other islands up there in Alert Bay. Alert Bay is a native village, and every year they get howling and whoops, and yeah, and it's a crossing point for the Sasquatch back and forth over the
Yeah,
years.
interesting, man. So I'd love to get into your. So you had this experience when you was a kid. What what got you into investigating it? What was your first experience with the Sasquatch?
Well, it would have been the Gimlin film back then, seeing that, and then me seeing my Sasquatch in Carnival, and uh, and then eventually we moved up island to Gold River, and I've been here since grade 7. And it's a village in the bush, it's a logging village, and we're in the bush. So I walk on my yard 10 minutes, and I'm in some nice deep timbers already. So it's beautiful out here, and there's lots of access, lots of logging roads, lots of old growth, lots of second growth, open slash areas, lots of water. We got plenty of water everywhere.
Yeah.
Sasquatch love water. So, and yeah, I've seen 3 or 4 over the
Wow.
years, but glimpses. They don't stand there and peek behind trees and play peekaboo with us.
Yeah.
Uh, they'll stay up in the bush 200-300 yards where you won't see them, but you'll hear them. They will follow us on a logging road. And then if we're in the bush, they'll get closer, but not within sight. You'll hear them crack or, a tree break or branches, or they let you know there's something out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. When you
They
have
stay
got
out of sight.
when you've got glimpses, what do they look like?
Oh, the first one I saw was it was crossing a river, and I was driving down the highway, and I was only a 7 second, encounter because of trees and on the highway and the snowbanks, and it was December 12th, and we had about 5 feet of snow, 4 to 5 feet of snow, and I just drove and driving into town one afternoon, and there he was crossing a river alongside the highway, a big 9 foot beige one. Beige, that's what blew me away. I always thought they were black or something. Not as beige as this guy was.
Yeah.
He was beautiful, long. I'd say his hair was 6 to 8 inches long on from head to toe. It was just a beautiful one.
Yeah. And you say he was 9 feet tall.
He was about 9 feet tall. His thigh was up in the river. The river was pushing his right thigh as he was crossing. I got a profile picture of him, I guess, more than anything else. He was kind of walking sideways in the river, not
Wow,
straight
man.
across. He had his bum towards the river more,
Yeah.
so he was kind of on an angle.
Wow, man. Did you see a face, any facial features or anything like that?
No, I didn't see his face at all. He was facing the other way completely, but he was
Yeah.
just doing a funny little angle sideways. And I was driving at the time, so I couldn't really keep looking because I was going down the hill around the corner.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, look, there's a Sasquatch. I finally
Yeah.
get to see one. And it takes a while to register what you just saw. And I'm by myself. So it's like nobody else to witness it. Now, did I
Yeah.
really see it? Right? I'm driving all the way into town for an hour, going, did I really see that? And you
Yeah.
doubt yourself for weeks, but
Yeah.
then the second sighting was nice. We came across one on the riverbank, and it was just another 3 second sighting. A friend and I were just talking. We went out Sasquatch and we were out berry picking. It was berry season, so we're just out, we're like picking a few berries, bring them home, nibble on them, leave them in the car, nibble on them. had a really good season this year, and we caught him on a guard, and he took off right away when he heard us talking, and we
Wow.
both saw that one. But that was a 3 second, like bang, 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 he's gone. And the timbers here are so thick, and they're so quiet too. These creatures don't make a lot of noise when they're running through a bush or trying to escape. I figured this one went and laid down the rocks because we kind of caught him on the riverbed, and we didn't want to corral him because he was kind of corralled where he was, and so we left. We didn't want to bug him. I got more respect for them than to harass and try to corner him for a picture. To
Yeah.
me, it's not this for the animal. So we
Wow.
left.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got about 4 areas up here where we can get action after 4 nights camping. They will
Really?
come to camp after 4 nights. Yeah, all 4 areas.
Wow,
So the
man.
longer you spend out in the bush, the better the activity is. They will come back more
Do
and
you,
more.
do you think they're sort of figuring you out, and once they sort of feel like they can come closer and not interact, but sort of let you know that they're there? What do you think
Oh
it
yeah,
is?
they let us know. Oh yeah, we've had grunts and whoops. We got a wild built picnic table up at the lake. Some guy took a bunch of logs and hacked it up and made a picnic table. And we've had knocks on that table out in the bush. 10 o'clock at night, three raps on the table, bang, bang, bang. And my friend and I just sat there, looked at each other, and went, "Wow, the power!" It
Yeah.
was just so. It was power.
Wow, man. In that second encounter when you saw the Sasquatch, was that the same color as the one you saw before?
No, this one was brown one. He was browner. I thought it was a grizzly bear at first because we do have them on the island now, eh? So I
Yeah.
really thought, wow, a grizzly. And so I had that little heart jump. And then I realized, no, that wasn't a grizzly bear. That was a Sasquatch we caught. You know, he was doing, he had his back to us and he was kind of crouched down. And when we came around the corner and went down towards the river, you kick rocks. You can't help it. You make noise.
Yeah.
And he didn't turn around. He just stood up, took about 4 steps, went back on all fours, and never made a sound. And meanwhile, while we're trying to not to, you move boulder, you step on a boulder, it'll move. And he never made it, so we left. We figured, no, he's laying there hiding, and we're not gonna, he's stuck. So we left him. We didn't, but we do know he probably lives in that area. So I
Yeah.
can go back there anytime and probably encounter him again.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, there's something you hear quite a lot with Bigfoot as well, is that they do go on all fours quite a lot. And they've got this skill of getting it's something you hear a lot of they get really low down to the ground. Would you say it
Oh,
was
they
something like
can.
that?
Oh, up here, I believe up here in Gold River, because the mountains and the terrain we have up here, the valleys, I believe they spend more time on all fours.
Really?
Our mountain valleys are so steep. It's a 14 pitch grade just to start. So it's a lot of steep and boulders and trails. Like there's so many trails or game trails in the bush out here over the last, 100, 200 years.
Yeah.
It's just covered with game trails. And I really, yeah, we follow the game trails and we find prints, but not many. You won't find 4 or 5 in a row because the way the floor of the ground is, eh? The forest floor is. So
Yeah.
a lot of debris, a lot of greens, ferns, too many ferns. We have way too many ferns out here. And yeah, but we do find the odd track. It was nice.
How often do you find tracks?
We found one. What's today? Sunday? Probably Thursday. We found the track out in the bush
Yeah.
up at the end of a logging road. following the elk. I believe right now, if it's elk season right now, so they're hunting elk, and they're
Oh,
pretty skittish. But it'll be over probably today. Oh yeah, maybe it is over now. But I believe the Sasquatch will put a herd of elk in the valley for the winter. Like the valleys go 12, 14 kilometers down, some of our valleys. So, they can corral a herd of elk in there year after year and eat off them all winter. And then come back. We got 4 salmon runs in every major river or stream with salmon. So they're a good food source.
yeah.
Lots of greens. Vancouver Island is actually the perfect habitat to be a Sasquatch. I'm kind of jealous.
Yeah, well, as you say, they can come and go and leave the island as they please. So
Yes, it's only, 3 mile swim total.
yeah,
Yeah.
which for
So,
which for a creature with that power, I'm guessing would be pretty easy. Not well, yeah.
but
Who
they've
knows? But
caught wolves. They caught wolves doing it,
oh,
and
really?
cougars doing the same thing, swimming from island to island out here.
Okay.
So that
Yeah,
so it would be nothing for a Sasquatch,
yeah.
and they
That's
do it at
interesting.
night. They
Yeah,
do it at 2, 3 in the morning. It'd only be a 45-minute swim.
yeah.
Just tread water with them. Oh, the power! Whoosh, whoosh. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Imagine swimming into a Sasquatch, man. That would be
Oh man.
that would be a shock.
Yeah, I got 2 pictures of a face of one Sasquatch in one area. I took a
Wow.
buddy up. I took a buddy up to the mountain, and he brought a friend. And I turned around, took a picture of his friend, and in the background is the face of a Sasquatch, a young black one, round
Wow.
face. That's the weird part, really round. His head's really round. He's kind of like a black and gray, I'd say, or black and silver, maybe.
Is
But we
that
got
it?
a
Is that the color of the skin on the face, or
the face would be black. He was black. But the
wow?
hair was black and had I could say silver highlights. And I've got 2 pictures of that Sasquatch on the same road.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. What is that? Is that sort of hiding in the bushes in the background?
Just about every logging road's got 12 or 14 cut off roads to them. And some of these roads are 100 years old that we're on. So they're all overgrown. Yeah. So that's kind of roads we hit. And that gets us into the bush. And then when we figure out where we're going, we start hitting game trails, good game trails, deep. I find the deeper the game trail from bears and Sasquatch, I believe they use the same trails to cover up their scents, and yeah, so I believe because they get some really deep trails, in the ground. Some aren't, some elk trails aren't so deep, but the deeper the impression of a trail, we find more Sasquatch footprints. And it's just our end of mushroom season too, so we're finding they've been eating, chanterelles and pine. They eat mushrooms even. So
Interesting. So the face that you caught on camera, was that more human-like, more ape-like? What
it
sort
was
of
more
face was it?
ape-like. It was. It looked more like not a chimpanzee. Maybe a howler monkey,
Okay.
but totally black. It didn't have big lips like a chimp, or an orangutan. Its lips were more closed like Cornelius off of, the movie. Big fat. Yeah, it was more
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Planet of the
Oh,
Apes movie.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
that
man.
would be the closest, but more hair on his face. And a
Interesting.
short little nose, short little stubby nose with nostrils. So
Wow. What were the eyes like?
black, that's all we could see. They just blend in, it's all black. Yeah. The second picture got better, it was closer. Yeah, he was probably about 8 feet behind the guy I was taking a picture of.
Wow, man. So
We
this was
never
about
saw it.
8 feet tall.
Well, no, he was behind us about 8 feet.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. And we never saw the picture until we got home. Like we never heard him. We never smelt the Sasquatch. He never made any impression that he was there at all. And then I get a picture of him behind my buddy. That was pretty cool.
That is cool. How
Yeah.
tall was the Sasquatch? Could you make out in the picture?
About 7 feet, I'd say, this one.
Wow.
7, 8 feet tall. Yeah, he seems to be a young one.
Yeah.
Yeah, not very
That's
old.
cool though, man.
Skinny. He's not very big. He hasn't got the big broad shoulders. He's built more like Urkel off
Yeah.
of that show. Yeah, he's very slim and
Yeah. It's interesting because you hear a lot of researchers say, like with the younger ones, they seem to get closer because they're still learning, I guess, as well. There's something you hear a lot.
oh yeah, oh yeah. But being on an island here with like you just think of what they eat on the ocean, how well they eat here. Clams, mussels, oysters,
Yeah.
seal,
Yeah.
to grab a harbor seal or a California sea lion,
Yeah,
that's a
man.
good meal.
Yeah. So there's a
Yeah.
there's a there's a lot of resources there.
Oh, there is for them and the greens, the berry season, and we got lots of greens out here. Skunk cabbage they'll eat and bulrushes, stems, and oh yeah, they got good variety. Vancouver Island, it's amazing that we don't see more of them. And then that we hear a lot more, but the sightings are very few, but the sound encounters are a lot.
Yeah.
People hear them, but don't know what they are because they're not Sasquatchers. You got a
Yeah.
camper, and there's lots of places to camp out here in the bush. Lots of little lakes that are secluded with campsites that, people build over the years and they hear them. We had one lady up one river. They were shaking her trailer. She packed up and left.
Wow, they were shaking a trailer.
Oh yeah, they shook enough to make her dishes fall out. Like they really shook it.
Wow.
Like get out of here! You're bugging our fishing habitat.
Yeah. Yeah.
So she packed up and left. And
Wow,
she
man.
wasn't a Sasquatcher. She didn't know anything about them. She was saying bears, bears, but they smelled. See, that was the thing. They smelled so bad.
Really?
Yeah, that was the other thing. She could smell it at night before it started to shake her camper.
Did she see the creatures?
No, they just shaking. They were quiet, but she could smell them. She said it just rancid smell, and she packed up the next day and just left.
Yeah. Wow, man. So what sort of noises are you hear? Are you hearing like the whoops, like the classic whoops that we hear? Obviously the wood
Yeah,
knocks and stuff like that.
yeah. A few years ago, a friend and I were camping out for about 12 days, and I got 9 beautiful whoops, but I was too close to the river to record them. The river drowned them out, but we could hear them, me and my buddy. But I had the camera going and it didn't get them. Oh yeah, we got whoops. I got some kind of grunt. Last summer, we took a friend out up to a mountain lake and we got these really weird grunts, two of them really quickly in a row from across the other side of the lake. But you know how the sound vibrates? It vibrated when it hit us. We all could feel it. It was
Really?
such a loud vocal. It was like, the echo hit you. Like boom,
Yeah.
boom. We
Yeah.
felt it.
Yeah. There was a
It
lot
was
of
so
power.
deep and strong. Power in that grunt. I can't even, yeah, I don't even know. I've never heard the noise ever, so I
Wow.
can't reproduce it. So
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
kind of grunt he did.
That's
But it was
interesting.
really loud. It was about 2 in the afternoon. And yeah, it was good. My friend had a good time. He found tracks, my buddy. He found tracks and he was impressed. And yeah,
Interesting, man. So you
yeah,
said,
Vancouver Island's great. All over the island, from the bottom of the island by Victoria, Port Renfrew, Souk, all the way up to Fair Harbor. It just, we got a humongous cave system up here that runs down a whole valley system.
Yep.
Yeah. So there's no shortage of caves,
So you
so
think,
they can easily hide now.
yeah, interesting stuff, man. So you said you've seen it on two occasions. Have you seen them any other occasions? Have you
My
seen?
last Sasquatch I actually saw maybe 15 days ago,
Oh,
and
wow.
I haven't been back.
That's very recent, man. Interesting.
Well, he's the biggest and the reddest creature and the fastest. Oh, is he gone quick? And that confused me. That's why I haven't gone back. Because so far nothing stands up there, grunts, yells, throw twigs, branches of trees at me. They're all, every encounter they run. They hide right away. Oh, they saw me run, cover.
Yeah.
And that's what this guy did. Excuse me.
What did he?
I was walking up a logging road with my dog. I wasn't even Sasquatching. I was just walking up a road with my dog. And I'm taking my dog up for a walk, that's all we're really doing. But I noticed this stump. And some reason I was thinking, why would somebody put strips of bark and dry them out around that big stump? Like out here, the natives strip bark and make wood baskets and stuff. And that's what I thought was these 9-foot strips, about 4 to 5 inches wide. And yeah, I thought that's what they were doing, was drying out strips of bark. So I wasn't really paying attention to it. So I'm walking along and I end up kicking a few rocks. Well, that echoed. And I looked up again. That Sasquatch stood up. It was a Sasquatch, red Sasquatch with hair, I'd say 9 to 12 inches long from head to toe. And I'd say he was pushing about 1,200 pounds, if not more. He was humongous. And he saw me. He had the black face, black hands, black, and but muscles. Like he stood up and 3 steps, he was out of sight, over and down a ridge and over a hill, but I never heard it. I never saw him after that. 3 second visual. That's all I got, 3 seconds.
Wow.
But I wasn't expecting that to be a Sasquatch. I was expecting it to be bark, just a whole bunch of bark strips. So I was kind
Wow.
of startled. But the size of them is what got me. I didn't realize they got that big on the island.
So that was the
So I,
biggest one you've seen.
oh yeah, definitely the biggest, the strongest, the muscular, the muscles on him. The build was, yeah, if you put hair on the Incredible Hulk, you got what I saw.
Wow.
Yeah, it was that incredible. And I haven't been back yet. I want to go back, but I'm too busy with everybody else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going
How?
up island on December 2nd, I found out. We're going Sasquatching up island for a while. So
Awesome,
yeah,
man. And that
it
happened 15 days ago. You saw this.
it was. And I want to
Wow.
go back to the area, but I don't know how to approach it yet. I'm not taking my dog, I know that. So I just gotta take my time and not rush it
Yeah.
because I know he'll be there. He's got a good water source. He's in a good area. He's got good timber, and he's got a good slash area. So he could hang out there for the winter. So when we get
Interesting.
a snow, I'm waiting for a bit of snow. If I can get 4 or 5 inches of snow, we'll go back out there and look, see what we can find.
Wow, man.
But yeah, I'm not rushing it.
Yeah.
He's humongous.
Sorry, did you say how tall you think that one was?
Probably about 10 feet. He wasn't that
Big.
tall,
That's pretty
but
tall
his
still.
build was humongous. Yeah. If you put hair on the Incredible Hulk on that
Wow.
movie,
Yeah.
you got the same build. His legs were like it was. It was, it was, yeah. It kind of got me thinking, do I really want to chase this one? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
blame you, man.
he's a big boy. But I'm gonna
Yeah.
go back out there and do a video of where he was sitting. I found him eating mushrooms, is what he was doing.
Wow,
And
he's
in his
eating
basket,
mushrooms.
he was eating mushrooms where I walked right to where he was sitting. And I ended up walking down into the slash, but it's all twigs and branches and log pieces, and I never heard him leave ever. And I mean, he was at a full speed run,
Wow.
and I never heard a branch crack or anything. Their feet must be incredible.
Yeah,
There's really
yeah,
going to be a sponge
yeah.
type of foot.
It just
The
goes to
rough.
show how stealthy these creatures must be. Like it's
Oh,
another
stealthy.
level.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
But they will stalk you up here. If you're on a logging road for, an hour in an area, they will hear you. They will. They'll hear you. You can't
yeah,
go down one logging road without your vehicle echoing 7, 8 miles because the valleys, right?
yeah.
Oh yeah, they know.
Wow, man. Did you see
Yeah,
facial features on this one?
it was black. His nose was just like the black one I saw too, but bigger. Everything was bigger. He looked like the face of an orangutan without that big brown, the rumps he's got. But the closest I got was an orangutan face. His arms came down past his thighs or his calves. Like his hands were past his calves. That's how long his arms were. Like
Wow.
when, yeah, he was, and yeah, he was incredibly big. And yeah, I guess it startled me a bit. So yeah, I'm gonna wait for some snow, and then I'll
Yeah,
give him time now. Because he did see me. He looked, and it was like I got caught in the open. Oh, that's not good.
yeah,
And he was gone. Because he was in the open for quite a ways. So I figured he
yeah,
ran down, crossed the river into the timbers. And I couldn't have crossed the river because it would have swept me away. So he was safe. Yeah, he knew I wasn't going to pursue him right there.
wow. How close is this to your house? Do you ever get activity near your home? Or
Oh, yeah, we've had it maybe a mile from town. We've had, um, out at, during COVID, the native reserve out here had a gate, and you had to sign in, sign out, everybody. And a young girl was out there, and she's only 3 miles out of town. And Sasquatch walked in front of her. She got up and left, went to the office, said, "I'm not going back." And she told
wow,
him no. So they got somebody brave enough to go back and keep it up. But that same Sasquatch, the next day, a gentleman was up at the water tower, which is straight up a mile, not even a mile out of town. We got this water tower up there. He was walking his dog and he saw the same Sasquatch, I assume. And he didn't even believe in them. They're all phony to him. So
wow,
yeah. And then a friend of mine went up to the water tower the next day and he got a growl that him and his wife, the dogs actually ran and jumped in the vehicle. And his wife started screaming at him because he started to walk into the bush to find out what growled at him. And she started to panic. So he came out of the bush. But
wow,
he heard a growl that he can't describe. But he said the power. That's what he said. There's power in their vocalization.
wow, man. So is
So we
it
do get around town. Yeah, because we are in the bush. We're 100 miles from anybody else. The next city is 100 kilometers away from us. So
wow? So do a lot of people in your village see these creatures?
no, not a lot of them. They think I'm crazy.
All right.
Yeah, it's
We
hard to
don't
be the
think you're crazy
Sasquatch.
here. I don't
Yeah,
think
it's
you're
hard to
crazy,
be a
man.
Sasquatch with 980 people in town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many is there of you? Is there is Is it just
It's
you and a couple of friends,
less
or
than
is
1,000.
okay? But people that research Bigfoot
Oh,
and
and here,
yeah,
oh, in Gold River, we probably got about five of us.
really,
There's three women. We got three women that go out, and one of
okay,
them bought a camper, and the three of them they take off and they get vocalizations and they've got recordings. Yeah, but we don't get together with them. She goes to her area, and yeah, we do run the gas station and talk once in a while, but we just yeah, we don't buddy up. They do
yeah.
their thing. They like it, three women. And me and my buddy, we go out and we're in there.
Has the other group or your friend had any experiences where they've seen the creatures?
No,
Oh, we've frozen. Oh, I lost you there for a second, sir. You're back. You're back. You're back.
yeah, no, my buddy's been on the island only 10 years.
And he's never seen him, or not yet.
Oh, not here, no. But he hears them. We've heard them.
Interesting, man. Interesting. So, has anyone else on in your area had an experience that sort of stands out to you, or
Well, we got a girl here that saw one standing on the highway. She drove by. She'd come back to town about 5 in the evening, and she said it was in the ditch, a beige one, and it was
wow,
about 10 minutes out of town. So it's
wow,
probably the same one I saw across the river, the same Sasquatch. Yeah,
interesting.
the beige one I saw, that's what she would have seen him, but that was years later. So yeah, she said she's driving along and it was just standing, just I watched her, turned his head, drove by, turned and drove, they were eye to eye. And she
Wow,
just drove into town and hunted us down to the gas station because we go there every day for coffee with the boys. And she came over and told us, "Oh, 10 minutes out of town, it's all Sasquatch." Oh, she was excited.
that's
So we
cool.
do get accounts. Yeah, I've heard last summer some native boys were driving, and we got a public washroom, one of the parks that we drive through, and they stopped there to go to the washroom and do whatever they wanted to do, and they got out and they could smell one. They said so that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
But they said it was rancid, just rancid. So they all, they just got, they knew what it was. The natives knew what a Sasquatch is on the island.
yeah. These things, what would you say they smell like when you get the bad smell? What is it like?
Oh,
What can you compare it to?
somebody said it's like vomit, fish, and rotten meat, wild meat, not
Yeah,
hamburger, wild meat.
yeah,
Yeah, not like hamburger rotting. It would be like a deer carcass and
yeah.
elk and
So interesting. I need to get over to the island, man. I want to come out.
yeah, anytime.
Yeah, man. So cool. It's so cool to be living in an area that's got such a high amount of activity, Sasquatch activity going on. That must be
Oh,
so
it is.
cool.
All over the island, up island, down island. There are a lot of native researchers, but they don't brag about it. They keep it in themselves and they don't advertise. They got vocalizations in Alert Bay, and yeah, it's more of a taboo subject with the natives. I get a few of them telling me, "Oh, stay out of the bush, you're harassing them."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there seems to be like with the natives, like a sort of an unspoken law of leaving each other alone. Would you say is that a thing?
Well, I'm not going to corner one. If I do corner one, right? And we left. We felt we cornered it. They had nowhere to go, so we just packed up and we didn't pursue them.
Yeah,
It's not that big of a deal. I'm not trying to turn Sasquatch into an icon.
yeah,
My buddy and I love the bush. We enjoy Sasquatch. It's a challenge, And there's a million unanswered questions out there. So we're just trying to answer a few of our own. That's all we're really trying to do, is answer our own questions. What do
Yeah,
they
man.
eat? Where they move to? How far they move in a day? Things like that. That's really hard to do. But living out here, I can do it. I can spend 5 days in the bush easily. Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
hard.
yeah. No, it's important what you do, man, because we need people out there, feet on the ground, looking into this subject, and it's very important what you do. So keep up the great
We
work,
like it.
man.
We enjoy it. We do. We really enjoy doing what we're doing. We love our videos, our pictures, so we people can't get out, a lot of them. So that's why we make videos, show them this is what we do, this is what the bush is like.
Yeah.
No game trail. Just bust your way through.
Yeah. Where do you put your videos on YouTube and or on social media?
Facebook mostly right now.
Okay. So
Yeah.
anyone can go on and check out your videos.
Yeah. Alan Ross on
Awesome, man.
Facebook. Alan Ross. Yeah. You'll
Awesome,
see a
man.
picture of me up there.
Yeah. Cool. I'll
Yeah.
share the links in the show description so people can find your videos. Is that picture on there as well, the Sasquatch that you caught?
No. Well, it's in one of the comment sections. It takes forever to find now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be cool to see that, man. Awesome stuff. What do you think a Sasquatch is? I know it's a difficult
Oh
question because nobody
man.
knows,
No,
but
they're a human ape, but way more human than we believe.
ah,
Way more intelligent, thinking, thought patterns, do the same thing year after year. Especially on the island, it's a little different, I think, than the mainland. I think our Sasquatches are tamer, wilder, and they're not fighting for food here, ever. They never have to kill a grizzly bear for a salmon. There's just too many salmon. But on the mainland, they might have to, go after that one elk a grizzly got. So yeah, they're really nice here, and they will come to camp if you're on the bush for 4 to 5 days. They will come in just about anywhere the wild campsite is. Yeah,
interesting, man.
beautiful, beautiful.
It is. That's awesome. So you think they're more closer to human than ape? If you had to
I really
guess,
do. I do. Because I can't find them.
yeah, they're clever. They're
If
definitely
it, if
clever.
if they were just a gorilla, I would find them, right? They haven't got the thought pattern like a Sasquatch does, a gorilla.
Yeah, yeah. These
Yeah,
things seem to
Sasquatch.
be super intelligent,
Yeah, well,
super
they use
skilled.
tools. They hunt packs.
Yeah.
You watch wolves hunt packs. There's communication there. Never mind Sasquatch hunting a deer or a couple elk.
So would you say they live in like family units?
Some do up here. I assume they do. Maybe 7 or 8 at a time, but mostly singles. There's lots of single Sasquatches, two together. We find out two of them, anyways.
Interesting,
But
man.
lots of single ones out there too. So they must interact with each other through migrating up and down the island.
Yeah. Interesting stuff, man. Super interesting. Keep doing what you're doing, man. Keep getting out there and getting these results that you're getting. It's awesome, man.
Thank you. We are. We're enjoying it.
Yeah. I've got to ask you why I've got you here as well. Have you had any other paranormal experiences like with UFOs or ghosts or anything like that? Have you had anything else of high strangeness to
Well,
share with us?
I'm kind of open-minded. I believe there's aliens. I believe there's a spiritual world with who knows what's in that spiritual world. I, I mean, ghosts and goblins and grab your feet from under the bed. There's videos out there that show it.
Yeah,
So
yeah. There's a lot going on out there, man.
Yeah,
With,
I
with,
hear things. I hear voices out there. I don't know why, but I tell you, I can hear women's voices sometimes. Girls, a mother
really?
and daughter talking. I think they're Sasquatches. But I also
Interesting.
believe in what telepathy, not
Yeah,
telepathy. Communicating your mind.
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't think Sasquatch has ever lost it.
Interesting.
Mind speaking, what everybody says on the Sasquatch. You know,
Yeah.
mind
Okay.
speaking.
Yeah,
But I don't think Sasquatch has ever lost it. Like, I don't want to get into a biblical part, but I
that's cool.
believe when Adam and Eve were born, or whenever they happened, that they didn't speak English. There was no language yet. So God would speak through their minds, and Adam and Eve would do it. And that's how Adam named all the animals. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know, but I'm kind of open to
Ah,
mind
it's
speaking,
interesting, man. Yeah, for
but
sure.
even, yeah, so I've heard, fairies. Sure, I'm gonna believe in fairies because I'm in the bush. I'll believe in gnomes. And I will because I haven't seen any. Doesn't mean they're not watching me.
Yeah, for sure. For
So
sure, man.
yeah, I'm open to a lot of stuff. And being a Sasquatcher, which is tough already, you get ridiculed for that right away. So yeah, I'm pretty open to spiritual stuff. And
Yeah,
I,
that's
I,
awesome,
I
man.
keep an open mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You say you hear the women's voices in the forest. Do you think that's possibly something trying to lure you to them?
I don't know, but it seems like a mother and daughter talking, but you can just hear it, but you can never understand what they're saying. It's like
Interesting.
not quite gibberish, but it's English, but it's just too far for my ear to catch. It's like,
Wow.
what was that? And you listen, it's like, oh, okay. There is a
Yeah.
language there, but you can't hear it because it's
Yeah.
too far away. So I don't know if it's in my mind or I'm just hearing echoes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
Interesting, man.
Yeah, I
It's
believe in
interesting.
UFOs, aliens. They're out there. I think so.
Yeah.
I hope they
Have you
are.
seen any
No UFOs. No,
strangeness in
not
the
out
sky?
here. No, I
Not yet.
no.
Not yet.
Not yet. No, but they've been sight. There've been reports. People have seen them up at the lakes and stuff out here. There
Yeah.
have been reports of UFOs. An unidentified flying thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Cool, man. With the mind speak as well, you hear that a lot with, the woo side of Bigfoot. You've got the woo
yeah,
versus
yeah,
the flesh and blood. I'm sort of in the middle. Like I don't really know. I'm just because I talk to people that believe in the woo side and they've got some great points, and then you talk to someone on the flesh and blood side and they've got some great points. But
yeah.
it could be a mixture of both, you know?
It could be. They might have portals.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah,
Yeah, I haven't come into one yet, but if I find one, I'm going through
yeah.
it. I'm diving. That's the last thing you see
Yeah.
my feet. Last thing you see my feet.
Good. Good man. Good man. You're
Oh yeah,
braver than me, sir. That's for sure.
I'm going. Nothing stopping me. There's a portal. I'm hitting it.
Would you jump in if you see a
Oh,
portal?
you bet. I would. I wouldn't look back. I would go. The only
Awesome.
thing on the other side is more Sasquatches, I assume,
Yeah.
and that's what I'm after.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So
Awesome stuff, Keith. Oh, where you gone?
oh,
Is-
I'm still here.
I've lost you again.
Lost my picture. You got my
Keith,
voice.
I've loved having you on the show, man. Thank you so much for
Okay.
coming on and sharing your
You're
experiences.
welcome.
Keep us updated if anything else happens.
Okay.
Can you tell the listeners where they can find you?
And Alan Ross on Facebook. You'll see my
Awesome.
picture up there. So you'll see me. Oh, yeah. It's a Sasquatch Facebook. So,
Awesome,
yeah.
man. Well, I will share the links in the show description so people can find that. Keith, thank you so much, man. Keep up the great work and keep
Thank
squatching.
you.
Keep squatching,
All
brother.
right. Take it easy.
Awesome. Thank you very much, man.
Okay. Bye bye.